Welcome to the Alt Media Files Episode 1. In today's video, we're going to crop a PDF using Adobe Acrobat, then we're going to convert it using the Kurzweil 3000 Automator, and then finally, we're going to upload it into the student's account. Welcome to the Accessibility Guide channel. My name is Sean Jordison, and let's jump right in. To begin this process, I have a large PDF file that I need to convert for some alternate media. What we're going to do first is crop this PDF. To do that, I'm going to go to the Edit a PDF button, and then we're going to choose Crop Page. Now, the reason we need to do this is because my PDF has like a ton of crop marks on it, and that's because this came directly from a publisher, and we're converting it into like an accommodation-based thing. So let's begin by cutting out all this junk. I'm going to use the Crop Pages feature, and I'm simply going to drag a box as close to these little lines as I can get, as this is where like the print of the book would probably be cut. Then I'm going to double click inside the options, and we have a whole bunch of crop options in here. Now, to crop this PDF, I'm simply going to leave the default stuff on here, but the big thing I'm going to change is the page range. And then we're gonna select all, and we want even and odd pages. And then we're gonna select OK. The file is now going to process in Adobe Acrobat, and it's going to cut all of that data out. So now we have just this good looking PDF that we can take to the next step. Now, I like to examine the document to just sort of see if this is like a book that is based on chapters, or it kind of feels like a novel. And so it might not make sense for us to really break it up. Like normally for a chapter-based book, we would go into all tools, organize pages, and we would find natural breaks in the text to make it a little more digestible. But because this file is 288 pages, that's not so big that it can't be managed. What we're going to do is simply save the file. So we'll do Menu and then Save. Now I need to get this book into Kurzweil, so what I'm going to do now is open up my Kurzweil Automator folder. Now this folder is designed to basically run Kurzweil on a series of PDFs. Now I already did some PDFs last week. We're gonna go ahead and delete those, and I have the Automator set up already. So let's launch the K3 Automator. I already have my username and password. Now I just need to get my file into the right location here. So I'm going to copy my file, paste it into the in folder, and now I can launch the Kurzweil Automator. This is going to launch Kurzweil, and it will begin processing the file, and then I will get an outputted file for Kurzweil. Once the file is complete, we can use the Universal Library Uploader to put it into the student's account. So once the file is completed, we're going to go into the destination folder. Right now I have it called Out, and I'm going to cut it. Now here is an important step. I am going to move this to a location that I know exactly where it's at and name the file very appropriately. So I'm going to my folder, I'm going to the title of the book, and then inside of it, I'm going to name this again, the Art Spirit, and I'm gonna name it Kurzweil, so that this is gonna help when we go to actually upload the file. Let's paste the file in here, and now it's in its home. Next, what we need to do is launch the Universal Library Uploader. Oh, because I moved the file out and I had the Automator running, it actually started again. So I'm gonna close the Automator now. This is, that's my fault. I should have closed the Automator first, but you can keep this running or even set it up on another computer and just drop files in there, and it will run automatically, which is pretty cool. Now what I'm gonna do is launch the Universal Library Uploader and launch that exe, and then I need to sign into my account. I need to first find the students folder, and then I'm going to select the private folder. This is where I want to upload this book request. I'm gonna select OK, and then we're going to browse for a folder on our computer. I'm gonna go to the location of my book, which is called the Art Spirit, and then we're gonna select the Art Spirit Kurzweil, and then select OK, and then select Upload. Next, I'm going to reach out to the student and let them know that their book request is completed. that concludes the first episode of the alt media files. And I realize that this video is only for very specific people out there, but if you are one of those people, I hope you found this video useful. And if you want to check out some of my other content or how I can help you get accessible, there is a link in the description of this video. And as always, I can be your champion for inclusion. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.